Hey, amazing people. Have you ever wondered how people solve complex problems, or how people invent, or how entrepreneurs create or develop new ideas, new products, or how people or researchers make discoveries? Do you think they have big brains like Einstein? I don't think so. All those big names and researchers and scientists and innovators, they are as common as you and me. What makes them different is the use of certain skills that we normally don't use it. One of those key skills is the use of conceptual thinking. Conceptual thinking is the skill that makes you create and develop new ideas. If you develop this skill, you will be soon in the category of all those great names, and you'll be able to discover new things, you'll be able to solve problems. So do you want to learn what conceptual thinking is? Let's get started. Okay, folks, conceptual thinking skills. The basic definition of conceptual thinking is that it's a process that is based on abstract thoughts and concepts within one's mind. The smallest definition would be that it's a big picture thinking. Descartes rightly said that I think, therefore I am. So that famous phrase of the 17th century scholar and philosopher also emphasizes about the thinking, the importance of thinking. Every day we are driven by thoughts, so many abstract thoughts. According to new research, 6,200 thoughts enter a human mind every single day. So this is a huge number of thoughts which are very abstract. Our job is to bring these abstract thought into a concept and then into ideas in order to develop conceptual thinking skills. Here is the simple process that shows how we have to bring our abstract thought into a concept and then generate the ideas. Once we generate ideas, we need to test these ideas initially through our friends, our colleagues, and our mentors or teachers, and after that we have to test them empirically. Once these ideas are accepted and we are done with some sort of solution to the problem or innovation or discovery or whatever the purpose of this idea generation and testing is, then we are successful. If we are not our idea is not accepted, we don't have to worry about that. We have to simply start the process again. When do we need conceptual thinking skills? Conceptual thinking skills are needed actually at every stage of our life, whether we want to write down our goals, mission, and objectives, whether we want to solve any problem, whether we want to deeply understand some phenomena, to synthesize something, to discover, develop, or innovate anything, product, service, or idea. We need conceptual thinking skills. But there are some barriers to conceptual thinking. One of them is complacency, the sense of self-satisfaction, believing that I am great, I'm good, and I don't need any change. So this complacency is the barrier that inhibits us to proceed for conceptual thinking skills. Another is staying in our comfort zone or inside the box and not willing to go out of the box or think out of the box. Fear of failure is also one of the barriers that we are afraid of developing or thinking about any idea or innovation because we are afraid that if we fail, what will happen. Our education system is also flawed. Our conventional education system, particularly talking about Asian context, we have been taught to follow others. We have not been able to taught how to discover, to invent since our childhood, because conceptual thinking, as a child we have a great curiosity and creative skills, but when we start learning and then these thinkings, these conceptual thinking and curiosity is decreased by a dominant culture of teaching. So then what conceptual thinking requires? There are certain things that conceptual thinking requires. Learning, unlearning, and relearning. Learning, as you know, is acquiring some new knowledge and adding up into the knowledge base. Unlearning is setting yourself outside the traditional way of thinking or traditional beliefs and following a new model that is untraditional, not conventional, something new that you have not been taught before, and then relearning process, setting this new model into fitting into your mind and then learning according to that. Consistent thinking practices. Conceptual thinking requires long thinking, consistency, so and a holistic way of thinking. And another important thing is that we need to accept that there are multiple perspectives in the world. There's no single answer to a question, and there are no single perspective. There are multiple perspectives, multiple answers. So we need to accept this reality. And then comes self-resistance. We need to create a belief that we can invent, we can discover, or we can innovate. How to develop conceptual thinking skills? There are certain techniques, certain methods of creating this skill. Number one is reading, reading, and reading. We need to read a lot, and then challenging our own thoughts and concepts. Then exchanging our ideas with like-minded people. I would repeat, like-minded people only. Otherwise, we'll be considered as a crazy person. Then there are grounding techniques, meditation, mindfulness, and etc. There are multiple grounding techniques. The purpose of grounding technique is to calm your mind down and provide a peaceful environment so that it can have opportunity to think, to reflect, and to conceptualize stuff. Then visualization is also another important technique. Whatever idea or concept you get, you need to translate this idea into the image, because our brain understands well the language of images and patterns. And then finally, finding a mentor. Sometimes it's hard for us to digest all these things, so we need a mentor to help us in this conceptual thinking process. So this was all about the conceptual thinking skills. If you want to learn more, feel free to contact me, email me, or comment down below. I'll be ready to help you in any matter. Here is the bibliography that I have referred, and if you like the video, do not forget to share with your friends. And guys, also feel free to subscribe the channel so that you can receive my future videos in time. Thank you. See you soon.